Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Europa Universalis IV with me, Alfapiomega, Meiou and Taxes, and Denmark. So, I'm starting a new session now. So I went around and checked on our empire. Now, what I was leaving last time as an industrious little project for us for today has turned into a bit more of damage control. I'm gonna explain what I mean. I've kind of missed that the plague damage, for the lack of better words, or plague impact has been a bit more serious than I expected. We have a number of provinces with high province trauma that is gonna plague us for get it? Plague us. This is gonna hurt us in the upcoming years. Plague trauma increases the possibility of famine, bad events, revolts, and stuff like that. So we'll need to take care of that first and foremost. Second, we have severed quite a lot of casualties in the war over vegans. I'll need to look into that as well. Now, the army that's standing here is almost reinforced, but in case we face any invasion, we'll be kind of left defenseless, and I expect to be the same thing for our allies, Sweden and Norway, that we control through a personal union. Furthermore, I've noticed that our inflation is getting kind of high. 5.45% is not much, but when you get to the numbers as we have in most of our provinces, where things are getting increasingly cheaper through the fact that we already have a big urban infrastructure there, we can count every penny. Because for every 100 gold now, we pay 5.45 extra, and that's on 400, a whopping 25 gold, which is 5 months worth of income. So we need to battle the inflation a bit. Furthermore, corruption, not doing very well with that, so I'll increase our rooting out corruption budget right now so that we can get it back under control. Legitimacy, finally recovering. We had a religious scandal during the war. I don't think I maybe even covered that, so that hurt our legitimacy severely. Yeah, so things are looking good. They're not bleak, but we are having a number of issues that we'll need to get over. Furthermore, technology, also not something to envy due to our incessant finishing of the economic ideas. But we need to, you know, the 20% boost to production and a yearly inflation reduction that we're going to get will be great. After that, it's straight up through the administrative technology, but yeah, we'll see to that. I'm going to change my roleplay a bit because my husband, Franciszek Griff, is cruel, so that gives me a bit of a levy on what I want to do. I'm just hoping that our Queen Hedwig won't die, because if he gets on the throne, that's going to be an issue. We have a pretty good outlook on the stability. We have 225 points stored for level 3 stability. And I'm actually kind of happy with the fact that the lesser nobles don't really enjoy that many privileges. We took away most of them, as they're the most dominant I'd say group in our country. Where's the... here it is. They control most provinces. I'm pretty happy with them being stripped of most of that. So what I'm gonna do now is I want to revoke their medium tax exemption, and we'll hopefully not get hit pretty hard for that. If we do lose stability, we will be able to recover it almost instantly. Hey, they accept the reforms. Awesome. So no damage done and 1 privilege removed. We can't really revoke any privileges for the burghers. That's unfortunate. But I'd like it if they spread, maybe even to our capital, because that what was it? They had that they had one of those things connected to the city development. I would really like to get my hand on that if I could. Well, we have our way cut for that. This is going to be a peaceful episode where I'm just going to make sure that my economy does not get any worse, because frankly, there's a lot to be desired, as I mentioned many times. So on that note, I'm just going to let the game run, do its course. We'll see if we can get more people, especially an administrative advisor would go a long way. And before I can end this, we got a simony. Thanks to the bequest by pious worshippers, church titles came with land and income for their holders. By the 15th century, an archbishop could rival a prince in power. Over the centuries, this resulted in nobility trafficking in church titles in order to secure the lands attached to a bishopric or two. Few peasants could afford to pay such a price, so gradually the upper echelons of the church became full of aristocrats whose sympathies lay with their own kind. Increase in reform desire. People's taken get gold or... Oh, we have a greedy bishop, but we have a high chance to lose papal influence. The church is for sale. We have a cruel and calm or industrious queen. She won't really want to cross the church, you know. It's the source of our power. Well, good news everyone. We're not getting any other heir in case Håkon dies. Queen Hedwig is infertile. Either prestige is lowered, either legitimacy is lowered, and chance of a new heir is lowered by 50%. Ain't that great? And Cardinal Minister, one of the cardinals in Denmark, has proven to be a skilled administrator and already provides useful advice to the Queen. Well, this seems like a good event. Tea. At this point, making him a minister in our government would almost be only a formality, but an important formality nonetheless. Since he may grow more powerful yet, having a cardinal in our service would certainly lend us credibility with the Pope, and strengthen the sentiment that Denmark is a Catholic nation first and foremost. He has aided us well so far, so let us get the formality over with. Okay. Hedwig first does not need an advice to rule Denmark. I actually like this. Increased stability gain a bit of church influence. So let's get that. Preparing to bless our son once he can get on the throne. I don't think Queen Hedwig will abdicate, but, you know, Håkon will be good. I'm preparing also to introduce him when we can, but I think he needs to be like 15 or something. We've been gaining a lot of gold recently. The corruption is lowering. I'm doing my best to not get involved in any shenanigans. You can see that the province trauma has lowered a bit. I don't actually know if it goes away all at once afterwards, but I think it keeps disappearing and then it gets gone. The rest of it in a while. Meanwhile, the Ottomans have conquered what used to be, I think, Zeta? Or maybe it was part of Serbia, I'm not entirely sure. And they're fighting now with Serbia. So this was... No, it was a different nation. But they're conquering in the Balkans, and they're also sieging the capital of the Empire of the Romans. I think not actually very successfully. Yeah, but it was at minus 75%, so they did do something. It has been already going for 145 days, so that's fun. The Balkans will change for sure. But the Ottomans have suffered a number of defeats at the hands of the Hungarians, so maybe they'll slow them down. This might be in part because I have turned off the lucky nations, so that's for sure. I also would like to report on Castile penetrating deeper into Fez and north of Africa, but still all of these provinces are 100% autonomous. They're having an insane province trauma, so it's possible that we'll see a famine in the North Africa soon. But yeah, Europe is enjoying its trauma as well. I think this comes, well, in Italy, definitely from the plague. In France, it might be the combination of plague and wars that they have waged. Actually, we are enjoying, quote unquote, enjoying the trauma in only 3 of our provinces. And actually these are ours as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4 provinces. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Well, our Swedish friends have a Swedish noble revolt over there. So I'm sending my troops to deal with them. I increased the investment into army maintenance, but only slightly, so that we still gain money, and I think it's going to be enough to hurt them. They're getting attrition and no reinforcements, so we'll outnumber them significantly enough. Oh crap, this is a really big province. Well, no matter, we'll recover it. In the meantime, the siege of Constantinople is still continuing. It has been on for over a year now, approaching the year and year and 3 months very soon. The Ottomans are still trying, but Byzantine is not giving up. I went through all of our missions in the meantime, and there's not much we can do. We have a mission to integrate Norway. I'd like to, but as we have helped them gain additional provinces, right now the integration is impossible, because both Norway and Sweden are bigger than we are. Yeah, we need 4 more provinces at least. Actually, I think 5 more to get to get Norway, and for Sweden we'll need 1 extra. There's not much I can do really. So let's just fight the rebels. We're getting quite a lot of points in diplomacy and military. I'm actually gonna cancel it. Yeah, that's better. Because administration is really becoming one of the painful points for us. I could hire an advisor, but I don't want to, because we're barely scratching up the money, and I think our industrious queen deserves to get something built after her. She's very young though, so I don't doubt that we will have the possibility to do it. But yeah, other than that, it's just us trying to survive really, with the trauma going down and our army marching on the rebellious Swedes. I'd like to also do one thing while you're here, and that is to revoke the privileges of the burghers. They don't have any really... Yeah, they govern themselves locally, but I don't really mind that privilege. Their autonomy is very low. What I would like to do is crack down on smuggling, so let's hope they won't revolt. Their actual loyalty is quite low, but they don't really have the power to do any harm, I hope. So let's cross our fingers. It's not something that we can take lightly. In case the stability gets a small hit, we can recover. Burghers accept reforms. Good. Wow, we're so lucky with this. I actually really don't know what the smuggling does. I accept that it expect it increases corruption and probably lowers the income, but I didn't see any modifiers anywhere. So now let's just clear out these Swedish noble trash rebels so that we can get on with our lives. Yeah, I suspect that definitely helped with our income. Well, it did help with our income. We're getting 0.5 more gold. So could that really hurt our trade that much? I don't know. Okay, we did not really start well enough, but the shock is where we get them. Yeah, and we won. Knut Reventlow became a siege specialist. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, and as we suffered quite a lot of casualties. Oh, I believe that balance penalty did not came from the smuggling, but it came from our armies being at maximum strength. Yeah, so it did not have that much of an impact. Do we dare to revoke privileges on our greater nobles? I don't think so. Not right now, and I don't really want to offer them the favors. I would like to offer them all of these favors, honestly, to get 15 extra loyalty out of them, but lose prestige, lose money, and gain corruption. We're just getting it down, guys. I'd much rather you die in a fire. Well, a couple of months have passed, and what is this? Decision of the Imperial Court of Justice. With our loss of independence, it has been decided that we cannot be electors anymore. Okay, Brandenburg is no longer an elector in the Holy Roman Empire mess. But the good news is we can invest in a new technology, Latin rigging. Oh, this will give us 20% boost to global trade power. Good. However, that's about as much as it gives us. Latin rigged sails allowed ship to tack into the wind, making them much faster overall. Commonly used in the Mediterranean, they began to spread beyond it after... Oh, they began to spread beyond the Mediterranean after 1400. Yeah, that's about right. Colonial range increased by 25 and trade range increased by 50. That might actually be useful for us. Any place that we would like to go? We're getting North Baltic and South Baltic. This is Rusland. We're transferring from there. Yeah, there's not much we can do with trade. We'll need more ships and everything. Positive note, also, treasury now almost at 104 gold, which is great. The negative, though, is that Stettin has formed a personal union with Wolfgast, so these guys are now united. That kind of sucks. Really. Wait, what? Stettin is... It's not showing. Prince Elector... Ulrich Griff. Oh yeah, it's okay. So these guys are now united. I have been working on a spy network in Mecklenburg-Schwerin. The reason for that is that I would like to get a good casus belli in case we go into conflict with them. They are fairly weak, honestly. We might have a bit of a problem with Bohemia, but other than that, they don't have any allies. I also regained the alliance with Teutonic Order. I don't think I mentioned that. But we have to get their favors back again, because they think that we betrayed them, which is, in all honesty, probably true. But yeah. We're not gonna wage war now, nor any time soon, but it's always good to know what our next target is. And it would fail. It would fill the gap in our empire, but it would fit us nicely to get these two provinces. And we can leave them with Schwerin, which is a really small province. But these two are fairly valuable and will bring us a lot of power. Also, a big boost would be that they are both in Hansa, so we could try to penetrate this homogeneous beast and get some trade out of it. Okay, we got a new archbishop, that's good. Well, our papal influence is just on fire. That is really good. 5 papal influence every year. I guess we might go ahead and bless the current ruler, Hedwig, even now. That would give us a bit of prestige and legitimacy. The reason for that would also be because one of our missions is to increase our diplomatic reputation, and we're very close. We need at least 4, but yeah, prestige and legitimacy would be a good source. I don't know if it would be enough, but hell, why not try? In another news, wait, that's not there. Our education level has increased to level 4, so we now have an impressive court and education level 4 average, which lowers the stability increase time and gives us a bit of global institution spread, but also gives us autonomy boost, which sucks. What are we doing on institutions? Oh hey, banking is spreading to our 2 main provinces, 29% here and 21% here. Okay, so they're now seen as valuable as far as banking goes. No renaissance or anything. If we wanted to embrace banking, that would cost us how much? It doesn't say, but it would cost quite a lot. But I guess it would be worth it if we're already at 35% penalty as far as technology goes. But hey, we're not that bad off. What's really holding us back is the administrative technology. Other than that, in diplomatic and military, we are on par with people like the Ottomans, who are still sieging Constantinople. Oh wow, they have moved out and they are back now. Oh, okay, Serbia is now being occupied by the Hungarian-Croatian alliance, so the Ottomans are no longer at war with those. Nope. And what's this? Build a great palace. Monarchs were often struggling with ways to subdue the nobility. The rise of firearms reduced the nobles' role as warriors, but left them with, in the eyes of the monarchs, too much idle time. Some monarchs created great palaces with elaborate court rituals to dazzle the nobles and keep them occupied. Versailles is the greatest expression of this movement. We can build a palace, gain prestige, 20 legitimacy, but lose gold, or don't build it, which will lose us prestige. Well, I guess our industrious queen will not do this, even though it hurts our prestige, because she thinks that, well, honestly, she does not think that. She wants to invest in other projects, but damn, I would like that. That would give us quite a boost.